So now let's just talk about it, right? Secrets of success. So the most important thing that I realized is he's been planning this for over 2 years. He went out of his way to find the manuscripts from Napoleon Hill. He spent, I believe, like more than $2 million just to acquire all of these books by Napoleon Hill, and he actually republished one of those books, which is called Think and Grow Rich. So his whole business basically is based out of Napoleon Hill and all his strategies. He's a master at writing books and personal development and making sales, right? So it's a great opportunity. So the offer, right? Where does it start? It starts with the Mifki. If you guys saw the video, sorry, if you guys saw the previous episodes about the linchpin, it's the Mifki. The Mifki is the most incredible free gift ever. And then what comes in this linchpin, right? The first thing that comes in this linchpin is Think and Grow Rich. It's the best-selling personal development book of all time by Napoleon Hill. And then Russell Brunson republished it. So basically it's almost the same thing, but it's just different, I think different cover picture, I believe. So, right, Brian?
I think it's the same thing. I think he wrote a forward to it as well. Russell Brunson did. And
does that mean that he puts like his notes?
Maybe, perhaps. Yeah. I know I got the copy of the book at Funnel Hacking Live. I try not to start a new book before I finish the ones that I had in order, so I haven't jumped into it yet. But I have read Think and Grow Rich previously before he republished this. And it's one of those things, like, on the surface, if you've never read that book, you have to, because it's one of those things on the surface. You're like, Think and Grow Rich. Oh, what is this? Another woo-woo manifest your destiny type book. And the answer to that is, well, kinda. But the thing is Napoleon Hill backs it up with proof, and he goes into a lot of great stories. So it's an excellent read. He doesn't just sit here and give his thoughts on getting rich. He's interviewed, like the Henry Fords of the world. You know what I mean? The great entrepreneurs of the past, obviously, because this book was written a long time ago. And he's just found patterns. And to me, that's everything. If you can identify patterns in life, that is the hack. That is the hack for becoming successful, because once you learn these patterns, you can apply them to other areas of your life. So that's the Mifki. That's the quote unquote front end offer, so to speak. And he's giving that away for free plus shipping. Is that the idea? Or
wait, so there's more actually. So that's right, the first part of the Mifki. Mm-hmm. The second part of the Mifki, the second free gift, I guess you can say, is that it's the second book never before published it's called Applied Psychology. That's same by Napoleon Hill. And then this book actually was sold for $50 in 1919. So it's equivalent to $879 right now. So just picture that you were selling a book in 1919 for $50. How many people have $50 back in the day? That's right. That's right with when World War I was happening. That's right before the depression hit. You get me? Like, who have $50 to actually buy this book? It just blows my mind.
Yeah, and just for reference, if we think back to that, that's not identical or matched up exactly, but those are the times when Henry Ford, because we were talking about him, was famous for making his $5 day, where you'd go into the factory, you'd work all day, and you'd make $5. So for comparison, that's 35 or $25 a week, assuming you're working a 5 day work week. Yep. So yeah, that's 2 weeks worth of income for people who were made famous for getting paid a lot for their, probably for their industry. And he's just selling this book for that much. That's incredible.
And those people were not just working 8 hours a day. It was like the peak of the Industrial Revolution. So they're like working, 20 hours a day, get home, take a nap, and then go back to work, and it's just crazy how much little money they were making, but they were like, that's like the true Americans, I guess you can say, like they were just like hardcore, the grandpas, like it's just like, they were just used to the labor, the hard labor that nobody really wants to do nowadays.
Yeah, it's definitely changed. We've kind of gotten away from that. My path hasn't been exactly like that, because I've done the hard labor in the past. I was a concrete pourer for a little bit while, and finisher and stuff like that back in my early 20s. But that's the thing. You can't, those are the type of jobs you cannot keep up forever. Even the restaurant industry, which we're both familiar with, those are things. Those are young men's games. You know what I mean? That are a young man's game. You know, it's not something you want to do for your entire life. But yeah, those were men, man. That's what men were men.
That's for sure, right?